hear me? Sounds like these speakers are nice and strong today. I'll take that. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and get started with our Tuesday talk. We can go ahead and we'll have a couple announcements and then just go over some updates for this week. Does that sound like a plan for you? All right. So just a first reminder, please do silence your cell phones so everyone here and far and at home can hear you and me, of course. I know we have just a couple updates. So did you have anything, Miss Margaret, for today? You're good to go? All right. Please come on up.
We'll give you this one.
Good morning. I'm back again to talk about the Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund. And I have another announcement since last week. But first, I'm going to ask for some unsolicited testimonials about the bun cakes. Ginger, I know you like them.
Oh, absolutely the yummiest thing I've ever had. And they're great for little gifts as well. Love them.
And they were delicious.
Thank you, Bobby.
I ate the whole thing. Barbara, the big one or the martini? The little.
Oh, it was really good. Yeah, I didn't share mine.
Thank you. Well, as we told you before, the bun cakes will be here on February 12th. And they will be in the South Lobby. But we also have pre-order forms. So if you would like to order them ahead of time, and the directions are on here, and the flavors are on here, and the prices are on here, but if you would like to order them ahead of time, we need to have them by the 4th. And you can give them, the directions are here, so you'll see the two people where you turn them in. But we do have to prepay. And you can pay by cash or you can write a check. The check has to be made out to Nothing Bun Cakes, and the name's on here. So they will be bringing them on the 12th. So if you pre-order them and we turn the orders in, then your order will arrive on the 12th. So it's a good idea. We don't know how many they're going to bring. So if you love them the way some of us do, it's a good idea to pre-order. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other announcements before we roll into some updates?
Candy Muller here. I am, among other things, chairman of the Employee Gift Fund. And most of you probably know, but we've lost a good friend and a member of our Employee Gift Fund this week, Norma Jean Infante. And she was amazing. She was an amazing woman, an amazing friend, and amazing on our gift fund. And as I thought about it, I thought, I can smile because we did let her know how much she brought to this fund and how much work she did. And I think that made me feel better about what happened, and it made me feel like, not preaching, maybe we should all treat each other with more kindness and more positivity so that we can smile when we lose someone but know how much work she's done. Thank you.
Absolutely. I know that was hard. We've lost quite a few residents over the last week or two that I know each one of them has definitely been a loss to our community. So we definitely will make sure that we honor and acknowledge them all. So again, just a little bit of reiteration about the bun cakes. We've got all of the information here. The Scholarship Fund Valentine's Day fundraiser will be Monday, February 12th, lobby of the South Building from about 10 to 2. And 20% of those proceeds are going to the Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund. Again, as she mentioned, pre-orders will be due by the 4th. She has the form. This just has all the information and all the pricing for you. I know I mentioned it last week. I don't like sweets. I know that's not even normal, but they're not my favorite. I'd rather a cheese stick or a hot dog. but these are my absolute favorite desserts, so I think they're just that good. A little bit of updates from IHS. So we have had a very significant issue in our billing system. We were actually changing over from that to a new one, and they terminated it just a little sooner than they were supposed to. There's a little bit of issues going on there. So the scheduling software is no longer working. Christine and team have been working nonstop at getting everything back on track. We are currently transitioning to the new software system, which will help us, of course, resume normal business. So, of course, Christine's been very diligent in trying to make sure with the scheduling and the staffing, so please be patient with us. She's got a list of residents that need services. If there's been any issues, please communicate with her, and we should have it back on track any day now. But again, just a disclaimer, this has been completely beyond our control and very, very trying for Christine and our program. So please just do be patient, and we'll get everything resolved and rectified pretty quickly. A little bit of updates from Evan. We are going to be having the carpet cleaning 24th and 25th. It's going to begin around 7 p.m. to about 11 p.m. and that is on the first floor, the main areas of the south building and the north building. Also, I know we've talked about COVID over the last couple of weeks. They are making sure to address additionally all of the high-touch areas such as elevator buttons, handrails, doorknobs. So all of that has been significantly disinfected and kept up with in order to help mitigate any spread and exposure. And it does happen to be working because we, of course, all working together. We have 0 cases now in independent living. We've got 0 in assisted living and only 1 in skilled nursing. So definitely heading in the right direction. Thank you all for being as diligent as possible, and of course the team for upping all of that extra infection control preventiveness. Resident Services, Kelly's actually going to be doing, Kelly and Betsy will be joining her, is doing an emergency response Q&A tomorrow at 11 a.m. here in the town hall. She is doing some raffle prizes, but we know there was lots of questions recently, and we want to give you the opportunity to really dive into that process and go back over that again. We are also asking for those health history forms. Again, this really just helps the EMS and 911 in the event of an emergency for you. So you don't have to give us all your, it's not happy with me. You don't have to give us all of your medical information, but the more you give us, the more it's going to help. We don't share it with anyone but the emergency services. Don't know what that is. I know, snap, crackle, pop. Just another reminder, having pets, we are very privileged and lucky to have them, but it is our responsibility to clean up after them. If you're not able to, that's what IHS can help you with. We recognize walking, bending over can be tough, but we must do that in order to clean up after our pets. So if for whatever reason you cannot, we really do need to work with IHS to help supplement those services because it must be done. So just another friendly reminder, make sure that we are doing that. Just an update from Ginger on activities this week. 23rd, the RO app and dining help is in the north lobby from 11 to 12, and then the south lobby from 12 to 1. Tomorrow, Wednesday, January 24th, the Avon North Lobby is at 10 a.m. Avon lady will be here. And then this Friday is the casino trip at 9:30 a.m. My goodness, that's an early time to be. Well, we're getting started early at 9:30. And the My Life Experience with the Waitermans at 2 p.m. in Grand Lobby South. Again, as always, please check your trip tables for your monthly signups. Okay, a little bit of updates from plant operations. The north cooling towers were pressure washed and cleaned. We repaired the exit doors in the south building, P-Wing and A-Wing. We had 127 work orders completed last week, and we have 110 open this week. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And we are installing, we did install a new makeup air in the healthcare center. We paired electrical sensors in the back of the south building. We did perform preventative maintenance on all the golf carts. We cleaned the AC grids in the arts and craft room and are addressing some faucets in there. And we are aware there was some issues with some heaters, and we are working on the boiler to get that addressed. So I am aware there's been a couple heaters that went out. We are working on that and addressing that, and just wanted to make sure that we mentioned that. Another reminder, I know we mentioned this last week, but the annual tax letters, Regency Oaks is providing the tax letters to all of the residents by end of February. These letters will provide you with your 2023 tax reduction, and it's based on your contract type and should be turned over to whoever you do your taxes with. Just some food and beverage updates. Of course, we're gonna have Gourmet Wednesday 24th featuring Beef Oscar. They're doing Breezeway Friday, February 2nd. Bell Row, Friday the 26th. Our food and wine will be Thursday the 25th. Sip and Savory, Tuesday the 30th. Our special Valentine's Day menu, and then we'll have Valentine's Enchanted evening on 2/15. And we've got some new pub items that will be on the menu. So those will include lamb chop, chicken parmigiana, barramundi, which is a type of fish, butterfly garlic and herb shrimp, and hot dogs at many residents' request. This was literally verbatim taken off the survey. So if you don't like them, don't eat them, but lots asked, so they're there. We did begin using our handheld devices at the tables, so we're working through a little bit of Wi-Fi connectivity with those, but they seem to be working really well. I have mentioned that we have been chosen to be a pilot community for flex scheduling, and we have a LCS corporate team, about 6 individuals coming out on February 2nd to meet with our team to help get that training for that pilot program. That should be able to help food and beverage, and a lot of our associates almost kind of choose their own schedule. So of course there's parameters, and they're going to go over how that will work, but it's just going to make us more competitive and have an advantage in the workforce and help us with employee retention. A little bit of update from sales. We are doing the Captain's Table event this Thursday. Normally it would be myself, but I had some vacation planned prior to that event being planned. So Sherry is going to take our captain's hat, and she'll be there on the 25th. That's at 11:30 a.m. We, of course, our budget for January was 3 sales, and so we are at 3 sales on a budget of 3. Erin did want to thank everyone that had participated in the Life Care event. We've had 3 appointments from it. I believe that was just last week. So that's fantastic for us to have been able to generate 3 visits from an event just a week ago. And we are doing an upcoming roadshow, which is basically we go out and give presentations at another location, not on site, and that will be at the Arden Country Club in East Lake Woodlands. Erin has asked if you're from this area and you would like to participate, she would love to have you. And just a little bit of follow-up from me. I know I mentioned it a couple times in the past, but the batteries are about, have a 2-year lifespan for all of the doors. We are getting around that time frame. So we have begun the battery replacement process for all of the doors. Security, Plant Ops has trained security, and security and Plant Ops are working together. Obviously it is hundreds and hundreds of doors, so we begin that process. There shouldn't be any interruption to you in any way. We're just getting those addressed and reprogrammed. We did install the emergency phone here in Town Hall. We have purchased the door sensors. We are still waiting on an ETA as to when those will be installed, but the ball's in their court now. We've done everything we need to on our end. My boss, you probably met, is Sherry Robinson, and she actually will be on site next Tuesday. And she is going to attend Tuesday Talk here with us, and then after that she will meet with Miss Margaret. Anytime she comes out, she usually makes sure that she attends these and meets with the RAC president. So if you'd like to chat with her, meet her, she again is my boss and our regional director of operations, and she will be here on Tuesday.
What does RAC stand for? RAC stand for?
What does RAC stand for? Resident Association Council or Committee?
We don't have that.
Yeah.
We have a row.
Row. Got it. I'll make sure to,
We're special.
we're special, yes. Every community calls it RAC. We'll make sure to say row. Thank you for correcting me. Yes, most of the LCS call it the Resident Associate Committee of Council, and we'll make sure row president. Gotcha. Okay. Moving forward, we will be, we have placed the order for the furniture in the north. It should be delivered about 2 weeks. If anything changes, I will communicate otherwise. Blue Team is still on site, finishing all of their punch list. We do not have a date that they will be finished as of now, but they are still on site finishing a lot of those items. The budget has been finalized and released. It will be reviewed in the next Finance Committee meeting with Sherry. I reviewed it with our row president yesterday, and we will be posting that as well throughout the community. Just another, still looking into some microphones with our AV company. Again, wanted to remind that Daniel and Transportation is now managing the parking spot process. Darwin and Zelco are still trying to find a solution for the rowing machine. Simply putting it on a platform is not going to fix the problem. So we're trying to figure out something around that for who that's important for. And then we had our warranty walk about a week ago, and so we are working on some of those warranted items with LCS and Schaefer, which was the construction and development team. Usually everything's under warranty. We wanted to make sure that we address any items that need to be addressed while it's still under warranty. So really for us, that they're doing all the heavy lifting, we just have to coordinate the various vendors and visitors. Of course, just always our reminder about our Extraordinary Impressions program. These are in the dining rooms and at the front desk. If you have any of our associates that you think did an exemplary job, please do fill these out, as these help us to determine who our Employee of the Month is. And that's all the updates I had for today. Have any questions or concerns I can address for you?
Where is the emergency telephone over here?
It was reinstalled right in the back corner over there on the way to the offices.
The seating area.
It's a little seating area.
Okay, outside this room.
Yes, right here in this lobby, yes. Yes, as you can see under the clock, there's our machine, our defibrillator, and the actual, right there is a fire extinguisher, and right outside there is where the phone is.
I do not have a question. I just want to lecture you for a moment. As a long-term member of the dining committee, it is very concerning to me and many others that we are still having so very many people showing up at the dining rooms without reservations. The staffing is based on reservations. So if you don't have good service, you can only blame yourself if you're not making proper reservations. If you have a trouble doing that, find a friend, find a neighbor who does know how to do it, and I'm sure you can get help. But when 40 people show up to dinner without reservations, what do you think that does to the whole thing? It throws a monkey wrench in the whole shoot match. So please, please, please make your reservations for all the times you're supposed to make reservations.
Thank you. We have been kicking around ideas on how we can incentivize you about that process. We don't want it to be punitive, however, it is a problem, and so we are still trying to address it, and we are just asking for your participation in that.
I
I have a question about the guest coupons that we used to have, and we no longer have, they're not using them anymore. I went down to buy them yesterday, and they said we're not using them.
That's not my understanding, no ma'am.
So just temporarily, what it is we ran out of the ones that were printed at the $21.50, but as of February 1st, the guest meal rate goes up to $23. So the new ones we have in stock are for $23 and will be available February 1st.
And if we have the old ones, can we still use it?
Yes, all the old ones will still be honored at the $21.50 rate though, so you'll just have to pay that $1.50 difference.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Next question? She's coming around to you.
I enjoy walking every day on the Regency Oaks Boulevard Road. Okay? It's the only safe place to walk for me. But as I walk around, I see these signs 11 miles per hour. And cars pass me going quite a bit more than 11 miles an hour. Okay. Now, it really is, and I've spoken to other people about it, it's a little scary sometimes when cars go wishing by you as you're walking. Now, I was thinking there might be a way to slow down the traffic on Regency Oaks Boulevard so more of us can walk. And then the people that are walking or taking their dogs out, okay, may feel a little safer. And that is to take down these, which really is stupid, these 11 miles an hour signs. No one goes 11 miles an hour there. And put stop signs at a few places around which are, people usually will at least slow down for a stop sign rather than moving at a rapid speed. And I think this would make it a little safer for the residents of Regency Oaks.
Thank you for that feedback. I know a lot of that's been a topic of discussion in the past. We've kicked around numerous interventions and ways to go about it. We did increase our security team surveilling the premises, and that's something we can continue discussing in grounds and safety. Absolutely. Thank you.
I suggest that we put speed bumps in.
I know you do, and that's the same response and reaction I got when I mentioned that a year ago, so I'm not touching it. This is a conversation for grounds and safety. We can most certainly revisit it, but I did want to move forward to implementing speed bumps in the past, and that was the exact response. So we'll revisit it in grounds and safety.
All right. Also, I have a question. Getting back to dining, especially the pub. I found out that many people don't show up with reservations.
That's correct.
So,
That's correct.
can we just walk in or call them to find out if there's availability? I mean, they could hold a table for 10 minutes, and then the table.
So we are aware of the issue, and that is a question that Ricky is working on with Maddie, because it is a problem. We either have them not making reservations, or if they have made reservations, they don't show up, and then that takes up space for others. So it is an issue. We have discussed it. I have included our RoRo president, and Ricky and Maddie are trying to figure out the next step.
I was thinking about speed bumps, and I know in the past it has been mentioned that it's very expensive putting up speed bumps.
No, that's not the issue.
Okay, so that is why I thought stop signs, which wouldn't be a big expense, okay? And it would at least slow down traffic because it's a legal sign, stop, okay? Some people may go through it, but at least they're gonna slow down when they see a stop sign.
Yeah, speed bumps were not an issue of the cost. It was an issue of the entire room threw tomatoes at me when I mentioned it. So again, that's something that we can discuss in grounds and see a best way. But we did increase surveillance with our security, and I will revisit that with them and additional interventions.
Who is the chairman of the Grounds and Safety, please? Chairman of the committee chairman.
Tony Quattromoni, thank you.
Thank you.
Just left my head. Tony Quattromoni. And Lou is Health and Safety.
I have noticed in the past couple of nights that there appears to be somebody drag racing along the road, which is,
That's a good
you know,
sign.
you hear they've got their juiced up car, so I don't think, and it's like at 9 o'clock. I don't-
Here on campus?
Yeah, yeah, and you can hear it because they gun it up at like 19. And it's like,
Oh, on the highway? Okay. Well,
You know what kind of car it is?
I can't hear you. Put your microphone closer.
I'm sorry, I didn't see, I could only hear it.
Yeah, if it's 19, there's nothing I can do about it, but I'll make sure that I talk with security. I did visit with them last week about frequenting their rounds at nighttime. Any other questions or concerns?
Of course, I just wanted to say, as far as Lindsay, we have a good report on COVID, which is wonderful. And there are other respiratory diseases going around. I just wanted to remind people, so we don't lose the salad bar, when you are going to use the salad bar, please use the hand sanitizer beforehand. It does work. Thank you.
I agree.
I walk the road frequently. It is a very wide road. I've never had a problem with cars being too close. I think it's just fine the way it is.
Thank you, Miss Ann. Well, if you don't have anything further, have a happy Tuesday. I will be celebrating my 40th birthday, so I will not be here the rest of the week, but I will be back Tuesday for Tuesday Talk. That's my actual birthday, so be nice to me that day. I'll just stay in Puerto Rico.